Oh man, this is what you get when you draft safeties in the first and second round in the same year. You get drama last offseason, you get drama this offseason. The New York Jets and Marcus Maye are not expected to reach a long-term deal. Jets, Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, all you have to do is leave a comment on this video if you want to get entered to our Week 2 ticket giveaway, the Jets versus the division rival New England Patriots for the Jets home opener. So if you want to get into that, I'll do the giveaway probably halfway through August or so. Just leave a comment. But let's move on to today's video. We're talking Marcus Maye and a little bit of drama that we got going on with our safety position. Ian Rappaport tweeted out today, despite the Jets publicly stating their efforts to relentlessly re-sign team MVP Marcus Maye, the team has not responded to his last proposal, and that offer has been pulled off the table, sources say. With 48 hours until the tag extension deadline, no deal is expected. Now, we're going to get into a second tweet that Rappaport put out just after that, but I want to break down this first one real quick. So the Jets have publicly said they wanted to re-sign team MVP Marcus Maye. Now, I guess the Jets have not responded to his last proposal, whatever that is, and Maye's team has decided to pull that potential offer off the table. Sources say 48 hours to the tag deadline, no extension is expected. Rappaport goes on to say, the source adds, negotiations went south weeks before the tag deadline when the Jets offered Maye a deal that had an average per year about 20% below even the tag amount for 2021. Maye turned down Jets' offer and had significantly more average per year and guarantees from multiple teams heading into free agency. So let's go through this because a few things people are probably thinking here. The franchise tag for Marcus Maye is about $10.6 million or so. So 20% less, that means the Jets are offering him a contract around $8 million a year if this source is to be believed. Now, that honestly, if someone offered me that after, you're getting 10 this year, well, we're going to offer you an average of $8 million a year. So that I can understand where you would be a little frustrated with that. The second part of this, Maye had other teams offering him higher average per year and guarantees heading into free agency. Tampering charges, interesting. I guess could in theory, if I'm reading this right. So heading into free agency. If it was before free agency, it depends if it's like the 3-day window because you can negotiate with free agents, but they had the franchise tag. It shouldn't be tampering, if I'm thinking of this correctly. It should not be tampering because teams can offer Maye a contract while on the franchise tag, whether he signed it or not, but they would just have to give up either a first or multiple first-round picks. I'm losing my mind right now. If they wanted to sign him away. So I don't believe there's going to be any tampering charges here unless that happened before the Jets, even remotely put the franchise tag on him, which would have been prior to free agency. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not getting my hopes up for some tampering draft picks heading our way, but who knows? Maybe I'm reading into this wrong. So let's talk about this. Basically, we're looking at Marcus Maye. He's 28 years old this year. He's going to be 29 years old March 9th, so just before free agency next year. And for the Jets, a young team trying to figure out their cap space, what they want to spend it on, they're going to have a young quarterback. They're going to have the young left tackle. So where are they going to spend this money right now? We definitely have the money to bring back Marcus Maye, but at what would be 28 this year, 29 next year, does it really make sense to break the bank for Marcus Maye? I really like Marcus Maye, the player. From a team building perspective, you want him in the building. He's your captain. He's your team MVP. He was the guy that was your rock when Jamal Adams got ousted out of New York. So you want this type of player on the field. He's been great on the field. Aside from year 2 when he missed, I think it was 10 games, he's played like every single game since then and before then. So health-wise, he's really not a factor there. When you're looking at what the Jets could potentially do, if Maye's looking for like top tier safety contract, whether that's 12, 13, 14, or maybe even $15 million a year like some of the top guys are getting, it just doesn't make sense for the New York Jets. And to be fair, the Jets have control of Marcus Maye with the franchise tag this year and they could franchise tag him next year to the tune of about $12 million because the second franchise tag is 120% of what your first one was. So math, 12%-ish. So when you're looking at this, it's basically a 2-year, $22 million deal for Marcus Maye. So if the Jets offered him, say, a 3-year deal, $24 million, he'd only be getting $2 million more dollars, but he'd have to play an additional year. So more than likely what's going to happen is the Jets and Marcus Maye are either going to play out this season and split, go different ways. Maye's going to get his nice contract from whatever team he goes to. Jets are going to go in a different direction. Or the Jets are going to wind up slapping him with a franchise tag next year, holding on to him, waiting till he's 30 years old, letting him hit the open market, and then, he kind of plays his hand from there. Does he wind up getting a long-term deal at that point? When you hit 30 years old, probably unlikely. So Marcus Maye has to realize if he wants the long-term deal and not get stuck in these 2 franchise tag years, he's going to have to come down on his price a little bit. Maybe he can meet the Jets somewhere in the middle. I thought a 3-year, $30 million deal would have made a lot of sense. But I don't know. It seems like Douglas is really saving his pennies. He's not trying to put too many assets in a position that doesn't necessarily translate into wins. Like the safety position for me is more of a mercenary type of position where if you're like a piece away, like maybe a Seattle and they want to bring in Jamal Adams or someone like that for a season or 2 and then move on from him, you could do that. When you're talking 28-year-old safety, it's probably not wise to invest any type of critical money later on in his career. I don't say later on in his career. He's only 4 years in. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I think this probably doesn't happen. Maye is probably headed towards a franchise tag next year if we don't work out a deal next year, which doesn't make sense for us either. I don't know. Guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you want to re-sign Marcus Maye? Should the Jets re-sign Marcus Maye? Those are 2 different questions because you could have 2 very, very different answers for that. Guys, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.